Mr. Claxton's Algebra 1 class. You've probably noticed on the screen right now we have one of the readings that I assigned to you. One of these things is not like the other. It's a discussion of units. It really does explain very well why we use dimensional analysis. So thank you to Kenny Felder for writing this paper. At the end of the reading, I do go through an explanation with you in class. I'm providing this video for you to refer back to. So maybe you didn't quite understand what was happening in class. You need to go back and understand it. Okay, this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and take it all the way to the end. The page that I'm talking about, okay, is right here in this, the very last page, okay, right here. What is our goal here, right? Our goal when we started out with this was to convert 2.3 meters per second to miles per hour. So you can see here, what's it asking us? It's asking us to convert in vertical fraction form meters per second to miles per hour. So really two separate things are happening here. We're converting meters to miles and seconds to hours. In the first part of this video, I'm going to explain to you how to take that meters to miles. Meters to miles. And in the second part, we're going to look at how to convert seconds to hours. So these down here are my conversion factors. I'm going to come back to those here in a little bit. Remember, what's our goal? Our goal is to get 2.3 meters per second to miles per hour. We start with our given. Okay, we always start with our given. We then need to determine conversion factors. Now, in order to get the meters here, I knew that I needed to cancel out meters. So I wrote meters, and what do I want to convert meters to? Well, I convert it to centimeters. Okay, the reason why I'm converting it to centimeters is because the big conversion factor, my crossover conversion factor right here, okay, is 2.54 centimeters per inch. But let's get started with what we're doing right now. Okay, I have meters per centimeter. If I look at my conversion factors on this page, I see that in 1 meter there are 100 centimeters. And it might be common knowledge to you. Maybe you were sitting there saying, Mr. Claxton, I already know that. Okay, so in 1 meter, there's 100 centimeters. Okay, I then want the centimeters to cancel. Okay, the centimeters, I want the centimeters to cancel with the centimeters, common units. I need to look back at my conversion factors. There's a long way and a short way. I'm going through the long way. The long way, maybe you remember this. Maybe you remember that there are 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. So I'm going to pick from one of these fractions over here in order to plug in my numbers. So 2.54, I've said it several times now. And my 4 is going to run right into my C there. I'm getting used to this tablet here, so excuse my my poor handwriting. In 1 inch, I know my centimeters, that's going to cancel out. I then want to cancel my inches, okay? And I know I could take inches to feet. That's pretty common knowledge. 12 inches in 1 foot, okay? And then feet to miles. If you ask your parents or your grandparents, they probably come from a time when they had to remember things in school, and they probably have it committed to memory. 5,280 feet. Boy, excuse my poor handwriting. 5,280 feet in 1 mile. Okay, so now you can see that I have set up, I've set it up such that I've taken it from meters to miles. We're not so concerned about the seconds yet. We're going to do that down here. In order to get my numerator here, I'm going to multiply 2.3 times 100. So just move the decimal 2 to the right for 230. So 230. What unit am I going to have on top? I'm going to have miles. Again, I am getting used to this new tablet. But Okay, 230 miles. And I want to multiply the denominators. I know I have 1 second down there. That's actually a typo. Okay, I want to put a number down there. I'm going to go ahead and pause and multiply, and then come back to you with the product. All right, as I continue, I see that when I multiply all the denominators, 1 times 1 times 2.54 times 12 times 5,280, I get 160,934 and 4/10. Please excuse my sloppy writing. I wish that I could write a lot better on this tablet, but it's not happening right now. So now that I have this, I'm basically going to take this down here, and I'm going to rewrite it in this spot. I know it says 1 second underneath there. I really don't want to put 1 second there, and the reason why is if I divide these, I could put 1 second there, but watch what happens when I divide those. It comes out to a nasty decimal, okay, which is this is how many miles you would travel in 1 second, okay? In 1 second, if you were traveling 2.3 meters per second, you would travel almost 1.5 thousandths. That's 1.5 thousandths of a mile in 1 second. So that's why we want to convert it to something we understand, like miles per hour. So down here, I'm going to take this up here and copy it right down here. So as you can see, I've copied exactly what was written up here, okay, the long way, meters to miles, down here in the long way, where we're going to convert seconds to hours. So we convert seconds to hours by first trying to cancel the seconds out. So we want to cancel those seconds, and remember, our unit in the denominator is seconds. I want to keep that miles, so understand the miles isn't going to cancel out. Now, seconds in a minute, that should be common knowledge that there are 60 seconds. In 1 minute. Okay, and then I want to cancel those minutes out in order to make hours in the denominator. So that's where I want hours in the denominator. That's why I set it up this way. So we have 60 minutes in 1 hour. Now I'm going to multiply straight across again. 230 times 60 times 60. Okay, and I know that in the denominator I'm going to have 160,934 and 4/10. I will then divide those in order to get my final answer. I'm going to save you the pain of showing you that and go ahead and pause it and come back with that answer. Alright, so I've multiplied the numerators to get 828,000. I've multiplied the denominators to get 160,934 and 4/10. So I now know that this solidus right here, that line, okay, that fraction bar means divide. So I divide 828,000 by 160,934 and 4/10. Okay, I come up with this answer right here, 5.1449. Okay, and then it keeps going. Okay, it's a very long decimal. But I do know that it is a rational number, to make a reference to something we've done already. So I know that's about 5.1 miles per hour. So how fast is something traveling? If it's traveling 2.3 meters per second, it's traveling about 5.1 miles per hour, which you would know that would be a good walking speed. Thank you for listening.